Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Want to talk about Klay Thompson setting a new NBA record this evening, October 29th, 2018, doing it against the Chicago Bulls. In the time he's been with the Warriors, he's already beaten a Bulls record, winning 73 games in a season. But I want to talk about why this record came today, knowing that every single thing that happens in the world of professional sports is part of a planned script. Those announcers always screaming out, you couldn't have scripted it any better. This is a scripted ritual in tribute to his father, Mychal Thompson, who once played in the NBA. Two-star players of the Warriors, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, the sons of Mychal Thompson and Del Curry. And another star on that team, Draymond Green, is the son of Magic Johnson, even though that's not publicly known. It's not an accident that they both played at Michigan State. So anyway, Klay Thompson hits 14 threes. That's 42 points from behind the arc. He had 52 on the game. And let's just go through this piece by piece. If you're new here, we talk about Gematria, the ancient practice of coding numbers into words. If you don't know this code, you can't see through the rigging. And, just before we go through this, actually, let's just talk about things that we've talked about in years past with the Warriors and these scripted rituals. Do you remember when Kobe Bryant played his last career game against the Utah Jazz and they kept the shot clock up? They had his game going on ESPN1. On the other game on ESPN2, they had the Warriors eclipsing the Bulls win record. They were the final two games on TV of the regular season. Kobe played his last game, and what we pointed out about that game was, hold on, how far do I got to scroll around here? Here we go. Notice in Gematria, Kobe Bryant, with the alphabetic order sums to 113. There's another cipher where you just multiply the alphabetic order times 6. So 113 times 6 is 678. Michael Jordan, 113 as well, times 6, 678. Kobe played his last game against the Utah Jazz, the only team that sums to 113, times 6, 678. He wrote the poem for retiring, Dear Basketball, 113, 678, right? So from the day that, how did I put this thread together? I should have looked this over before I started presenting, but, here it is. Here it is. From the day that Jordan played his last game, which was April 16th, 2003, against Philadelphia, the city that Kobe's from, just like how the Warriors are originally from Philadelphia. If you don't know, the first pro basketball championship was won by the Philadelphia Warriors. But anyway, Jordan played his last game against Philly April 16th, 2003. Kobe played his last game April 13th, 2016, exactly 678 weeks later. Exactly on the nose. Kobe Bryant, 678. Michael Jordan, 678. Perfect. And do you remember what else happened on this exact same day? The Warriors surpassed the Bulls, winning their 73rd game. And in that game, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson set a new record. The Splash Brothers, their new record was 678 combined three-pointers, the same number. And understand, before all of this happened, I was telling everybody that every single outcome of every sports game is a perfect script. And people kept going, well, how can they make it so perfect? What if they missed a three? What if they made an extra? And I keep saying, you guys aren't getting it. They're using technology. There is technology in the hoops and the balls. Every outcome is ensured with technological perfection. It's undeniable when you know the code. You can just go week after week throughout the world of sports and see how perfect all of the scripts are. So anyway, just a little backstory on scripted sports. Don't forget the Warriors setting the win record was 73. Steph Curry's born on the 73rd day of the year, Pi Day. Like pi from geometry class, the most perfect number. In Gematria, number equals 73. This year, we're in the 73rd NBA season, and now we have a new Warriors record thanks to Klay Thompson. So Klay had 52 points, 14 of which came from behind the three-point line. When you write out 14, it sums to 41 like Golden State. Go back and check out my work on Joe Jellybean Bryant, Kobe's dad, and his career and Kobe's retirement. These numbers, 14 and 41, factored in there. Anyway, Klay Thompson going for 52. Klay Thompson equals 52. What's his father's full name equal? Mychal George Thompson, 239. You know what that is? That's the 52nd prime number. So tribute to himself and his father. Like father, like son. Both NBA players. Both born and bred to be. Both raised like cattle on a farm, which is what all these athletes are for the most part on the pro stage. Branded. That's why they got all these tattoos all over their body. They're like branding on the cattle on the ranch. So anyway, look at Klay Thompson's birthday. I love it. Talk about born to be. He's 28 years old right now. He's born February 8th, right? How many games are in an NBA season? 82, the reflection of 28. February 8th can be written 8/2. Pro basketball equals 82. Michael Jordan, face of the league, has 82 birth numerology. Look at Klay Thompson's full name, Klay Alexander Thompson, 314. Does that remind you of his teammate's birthday, Steph Curry? Born on 3/14, March 14th, Pi Day. There's a whole lot more here with the Warriors and Pi. You got to read my book, Letters and Numbers. I talk a lot about the Warriors throughout the book, in the rig chapter, or on the chapter on rig sports, and in other places in the book. The Warriors are just such good examples to use again and again in terms of scripted sports and just how obvious it is. So now check this out. From Klay Thompson's birthday to today's 263 days, that's the 56th prime number. And Klay Thompson in Gematria also sums to 56. In case you're new here, you got to know it. There's 4 base ciphers. I'll just write the name Klay Thompson. The alphabetic order, that's 1. This dark green cipher is the alphabetic order. A's 1, B's 2, C's 3, D's 4, up to Z, the 26 letters, 26. The next is the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. The next is the reverse alphabetic order, which means making Z1, Y's 2, X is 3, counting back to A is 26. Just alphabetic order in reverse. And then the last is the alphabetic order in reverse with the rules of numerology. So we get both numbers tonight. Klay Thompson gets 52 points. He does it 263 days from his birthday, the 56th prime number. And this website, gematria.com, it's very helpful for this study because you can type in numbers and it'll tell you if they're prime. 263, yes, it's prime. It's the 56th. So there's that piece, right? But there's more. Look at the score of the game, 149 to 124. That's 273 combined points. That's a lot of points. That's a crazy amount of points. 273, why that's funny, is from his father's birthday, Mychal Thompson, to today is his father's 273rd day of his age. 273 points. And how old is his father right now? 63? Today, October 29th, leaves 63 days left in the year. Could it be any more perfect? Could they have scripted it any better? You know who likes to do things this way? People like this. They're into Kabbalah, these types of people. Kabbalah says that God created the world by merging the letter with the number. If you read their Talmud that they go by, it says us non-Jews are a bunch of goyim, a bunch of dumb animal slaves that are here to work so that these people don't have to. They can do things like own things and, you know, with all their free time, script basketball games, you know. Have all the dumb goyim come watch the games and treat them like they're real and pay $15 a beer and $10 for a hot dog. That way you never have to work. You know, you just keep the goyim cattle busy. Hey, goyim cattle, come watch our rig sports game. $15 beers, $10 hot dogs. Who's in? Oh, yeah, the ticket costs $200. Come here, cattle. You know, this is what it is every single day. So the dumb goyim cattle, they come and they watch and they think it's all legit and they, you know, live their lives around it and they go out and buy the overpriced merchandise that's made in China that costs like 20 cents and they pay $200 for the jersey. You know, they wear the names of other men on their own backs. Men that don't give a fuck about them. Men that would rape them in the ass, as they metaphorically do every single night, especially the gamblers who get hosed by the rigged games, especially the fans who put all their emotions in this rigged bullshit. That's so painfully obvious. I mean, in a way, it's hard to feel sorry for the goyim. And understand, I'm technically one of the goyim too, but I'm not like your typical goyim because I was a child when I saw through the NBA. I think I was about 7 or 8 years old when I knew it was rigged. It was all thanks to Michael Jordan. By the way, you know why they code 113 over all these players' names? Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. whole lot more. You know why they code 113? This is part of the reason why. The National Basketball Association, whoops, I forgot an I there, Association. There it is. The National Basketball Association's 113. But the reason for this number comes back to the Talmud, where it says that us non-Jews are a bunch of dumb cattle. Bava Kama 113a. It's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't. And these people control the world with lies, even in their rigged sports games. This whole performance by Klay Thompson is nothing. It is nothing. It is magnets. It's technology. And I mean, these guys are good basketball players, but you know, it's all rigged, scripted, it's insured, it's planned, it's a ritual. The Warriors are probably going to have all sorts of records this year in the NBA season, with the star player being born on the 73rd day of the year. I always say all these pro sports leagues, it's father-son leagues. Almost everybody in the game has a parent that was in the world of sports. You know, even at the collegiate level, it's rigged on a lot of layers. I think in the collegiate level, some talents who aren't born and bred to be make it, but they're not destined for the pro stage. So anyway, there's just there's so much more to these riddles. Like when Kobe scored 60 in his final game, it was synced up with the death of Moses Malone, who was murdered at age 60. Look at this. I'll just show you. Moses Malone. Remember how him and his teammate Daryl Dawkins both dropped dead days apart? Moses Malone and Daryl Dawkins. Moses Malone was the first player drafted out of high school. He was drafted by the Utah Stars, right? And they ended up playing the majority of his career in Philadelphia. Think about Kobe. From Philly, drafted out of high school, played his last game against Utah, like how Moses Malone was drafted by Utah. So Moses Malone dies September 13th, same day Tupac died. Special date there, big Freemasonry day. Freemasonry is all Judaism. But anyway, from September 13th, 2015 to April 13th, 2016, the day Kobe played his last game, that was 213 days later. That's the 213, the LA area code. Moses Malone dead at 60. Kobe dropped 60. The other thing about the word or the number 213 is that in satanic gematria, death is 213. So Moses Malone's death was so that Kobe could finish his career 213 days later with 60 points. And I'll never forget how he scored those 60. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you remember the game who watch sports. They literally had a shot count up on the screen, how many shots Kobe had to take before he got to 60. And I believe he shot 50 shots in that game. Here, we go back and even look at the box score, I'm sure. April 13th, 2016 box score, Utah, LA Lakers. I should pull it up. Remember how the Jazz were stuck on 96 points for, I forget, like over 5 minutes as Kobe just kept hoisting up shots until they came back. The Lakers win their 17th game of the season. N plus B plus A is 14 plus 2 plus 1, 17. Consider that the first letter in NBA is N, the 14th letter in Let It Clay's 14 three-pointers. But here, let's look at this box score. Let's see how many shots Kobe took. Come on, Kobe, where are you? No, Kobe is known for being a ball hog his whole career. Where is it at? I get the player stats. Here we go. 22 shots made on 50 attempts. He took 50 shots against Utah. Utah's got the 50 gematria with the alphabetic order. Utah's also got 22. 22 of 50 against Utah. Don't tell me they're not using technology. Basketball 22. So anyway, there's that. Another story circulating today in sports is the Cleveland coaches fired back-to-back days. Lou and then Hugh fired in back-to-back days. If you're not following my Patreon, you're missing out on a lot. We're calling the football games over there. We've talked about numerous times this year how the Cleveland Browns have been synced up with LeBron James, and it's made it easy to call the games, seeing the rituals. But anyway, check this out. Lou, we've been talking about his May 3rd birthday, right? May 3rd. He's been coaching King James until this year. Now King James is gone. But May 3rd, 3/5. So anyway, King James is gone. And now Tyronn Lue's alone. And look at this. From his 41st birthday, right, Tyronn Lue, to his firing on October 28th was his 179th day of his age. That's the 41st prime number. King equals 41, West 41, LA 41. You know, the King went out west to LA. The King started 1-3 on the season. 41's the 13th prime. King James made a king at 13 months of age. See just what a joke all this is? Just the big King James ritual right here. The mockery. Then Hugh turns 53 years old, the reflection of 35. Show you something here about the name King James. King James also has Gematria of 53 when you use the exceptions, reflections of each other. And it makes sense. I mean, the guy has a Bible named after him. Religion is 53 and 89, just like King James is. So anyway, Hugh Jackson turns 53, gets fired days later. Their season's been synced up with LeBron. It's just too pathetic. You know, lose 0-6. Now they got Baker Mayfield, the great white hope. Remember how they had to punk Tyrod Taylor? They love to punk black quarterbacks in the NFL. If you're new here, don't be offended by what I'm about to show you. It's just the truth. The N-word sums to 42, right? Just like Jackie. The only month that's 42 is February, Black History Month. Slavery's 42. There's like a million things related to Black history that are 42. Martin's 42. The sitcom Martin, he lives in apartment number 42. Malcolm X is 42. There's a whole lot of 42. Read my book. Read the 18th chapter on the race war. I show how 42 is covered all over Black history. There's a reason for there's all the history on the bus, 42. You know, speaking of LeBron James, he's another 42. The only two black quarterbacks to ever win the Super Bowl, one was a black quarterback who won with 42 points playing for the Washington Redskins. The other was a black quarterback playing for the team from Washington State, Russell Wilson. Washington's the 42nd state. George Washington owned slaves. George Washington was a Freemason, just like how all of the world of sports is controlled by Freemasonry. If you look up the true history of baseball, the actual first black baseball player in white major league was Moses Walker. Moses Walker played in exactly 42 major league games in the late 1800s. Moses Walker equals 42. They've been doing this for a long time, is my point. Raising men, training them for sport, using them in rituals by the numbers. You know, they raised a man just to play him in 42 games. Think about that. Think about that. In the 1800s. Think about it. They've been doing it ever since. And it's obvious. How about this was a good one too. Today has 39 date numerology. Like I always explain, everything in sports in New York is 39. Everything. Every New York Super Bowl won by the Jets, 4 by the Giants. They all come back to the number 39. Tonight's halftime score. Today has a date with 39 numerology. 10 plus 29, October 29th. Look at the score, 3-9 in New York. New York, I'll just show you. That's why you want to know all the base ciphers here. New York, 39. It's the Empire State, 39. NY with the alphabetic order, 39. NYC with the reverse alphabetic order, 39. The first governor of the state was George, 39. Clinton, 39, who was born in 1739. New York was established July 26, 1788, a date with 39 numerology. The United Nations there is 39 floors tall. Saquon Barkley's first carry in the NFL went for 39 yards. Yankees won the World Series in 39 on October 8th, 10/8, like 108, like how there's 108 double stitches on a baseball, like how Major League is 108. 2 years in a row, the final game of the World Series ends with 51 points. Cora coaching both teams, the Astros and then the Red Sox. Go watch Ken Burns' baseball documentary on Netflix. Early in that thing, and it's really good actually, early in, they talk about how every game at the start of professional baseball was a conspiracy. Every game was rigged by conspiracy. That's the word that they use. They rigged the games by conspiracy to create fan interest and excitement. You don't think they still do the same thing to create fan interest and excitement? You got to be dumb. Like they say, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Well, here we are, 200 years strong of rigged sports. So anyway, another thing that just made me laugh my ass off is I saw that Bush. It's funny that Bush was playing because I was listening to the radio the other day and I was like, oh man, I haven't heard this song in forever. It was the Bush song "Swallowed." For you younger people, you probably don't know who Bush is. They were popular when I was in middle school, and when I was in middle school was the mid '90s. Back when Tom Brady was in high school is when Bush was popular. Tom Brady wasn't even at Michigan yet, but today's date also has 50 numerology, Bush 50, Brady 50. Brady's going for his 229th all-time win tonight. 229 is the 50th prime. Funny stuff there. Funny stuff. What else can I tell you? Did you see that they had to suspend Josh Gordon? Some more black shaming. You want to know why Josh Gordon was suspended for the first quarter? You want to know what it's really all about? Oh, yeah, that's right. I couldn't. Here, I'll show you. Josh Gordon, his birthday is April 13th, right? You just saw that. His birthday is April 13th. Check this out. They had to suspend the black man. Look, it's 199 days after his birthday. Just like how Tom Brady was the 199th pick of the NFL draft. Tom Brady, 46. 199 is the 46th prime. He was the 199th pick out of Michigan. Michigan, 46. Patriots also has this gematria of 46 when you take into account the rule for S. So what a good pick there for the Patriots at number 199. Tom. You know what else equals 46? Hero. Isn't Tom everybody's hero? I hate listening to the sheep. Oh, Tom, he's so good. He's the greatest of all time. It's like, he is? Yeah, because the league's rigged. I mean, if it was a real game, he'd probably he wouldn't even be in the NFL. I mean, he's not athletic. He can hardly move. He's slow as everything. I mean, if he didn't have all day in the pocket, if his receivers weren't wide open by 10 yards, if he wasn't able to just throw little 5-yard slant passes and have his receivers run for 50, 60 yards his whole career, he'd be a nobody. It's all because of the script. Not because some guy's over there in a cutoff hoodie on the sideline. Bill B, another guy benefiting from the script. What else we got here? What else do we got in the world of rigged sports that I forgot to talk about today? Hold on. There was more to talk about. The Breeders' Cup's coming up. Watch out for the numbers 35 and 53 in the Breeders' Cup. Going to be big numbers on the horsies this year. No doubt about it. How about this one right here? I forgot to cover this in the video I just did on my other channel. I covered a lot of things. I forgot to make one point about this. You guys see this helicopter that just blew up here? There's a whole lot of information to this. I'm skipping a ton of it just to tell you one thing. I showed earlier this year how the World Cup is rigged and how it was a tribute to the fake news story of the children trapped in the cave, which just couldn't have been any more bizarre, feeding on the same sheep that can't see through the rigged sports games. It's like if you don't have common sense, you can't see the obvious. You know, you can't see that the towers were demolished on 9/11. You can't see that the elections are rigged. You can't see the sports games are cooked. You just can't see the obvious. You can't see, you know, that a story doesn't make any sense when they're telling you children are trapped in a cave, yet somehow the news media is inside the cave recording live. I mean, what, only guys with cameras can get through the water and then get there to film, but they can't get these children back out for days? I mean, anyway, and that whole story was going on about the Thailand soccer team in the cave during the time of the World Cup. You know, never mind that France used to control that territory and would go on to win it by the numbers. But look at this. This guy who just crashed in the helicopter, who owned the Leicester City team, from the day of the cave rescue in Thailand, and this guy in the helicopter was Thai, from the day of the rescue to the day of his helicopter crashing was 109 days. His name equals 109 in Gematria. The guy in the helicopter who crashed, that's the 29th prime, football 29. So, you know, those dirty Freemasons, they do it again and again. I should have added onto this list here. This guy's last name alone, this crazy last name, sums to 47, so does Thailand. So that's why you had that guy owning the team anyway. Just part of this Masonic alliance. Don't forget, Freemasonry is across the world. A lot of Freemasonry's knowledge actually comes from the Far East and Asian nations. But that's how it is. It's what the world of rigged sports is. Mocking, murder, father-son tributes, and a bunch of dumb sheep fans who don't have a clue. And just imagine the retards from that bunch that'll come here and watch this video and be like, man, this is so fucking dumb. This is so fucking dumb, man. Is this guy serious? Yeah, I'm serious, you fucking retard. Are you serious? You better turn this video around and watch it over again until it gets through to your skull, brother. I've been exposing this shit for 5 years. In case you are new here, you know, let me know when USA Today is writing articles about you. Let me know when other publications are writing articles about you. Just a little reminder here, what I did for Super Bowl 50 for the world. USA Today writes this hit piece: conspiracy theorist proves Freemasons rigged AFC and NFC championship games, which is a shit headline. Because in truth, from October of that season on, I've been saying exactly what was going to happen in the Super Bowl. A man calling himself Zachary K. Hubbard put together 4 videos, each lasting almost 15 minutes, in order to explain how the Freemasons rigged both the AFC and NFC championship games. See, this is called shitty reporting, because I explained way more than that. But, you know, he's putting it out there. But in case you guys don't know, I'm Zachary K. Hubbard. That used to be my channel name until it was deleted 20 times. But anyway, using numbers related to Gematria, which apparently is something that exists, and this guy knows that it exists. But anyway, you can come read this article. You can search my name. There's other articles written about me. But this year, Super Bowl 50, where he was writing about this, I'd shown how in October, the Broncos were going to beat the Patriots. And I did this through news stories and the scripted sports, because, again, it's all scripted together. Why the Broncos would be the Patriots, why Cam Newton would be the 58th quarterback to start in the Super Bowl, why number 58 Von Miller would win the MVP, and why there would be a Black Panther tribute, which came true when Beyonce and her dancers dressed up as Black Panthers at halftime. In case you don't know, Cam Newton with the Black Panther on his helmet, that Super Bowl was in the Bay Area, where Huey P. Newton founded the Black Panther Party. The same year of the first Super Bowl. Huey P. Newton equals 58. Cam Newton became the 58th starting quarterback. Von Miller, who was drafted 1 pick after him, became the MVP of the Super Bowl. You know, we saw all this coming in October. So that's why USA Today really wrote the article, and they should have spelled it out correctly. They should have spelled out Zachary K. Hubbard exposed all this in October. That article was written the weekend before the Super Bowl, if you didn't notice. Super Bowl was played the next week. For the record, that was Super Bowl 50 in San Francisco. San Francisco 50, Super Bowl 50, named after the gold rush. The Super Bowl that year was on the 38th day of the year, February 7th. It was the golden anniversary. Remember how the whole field was gold? They had the Super Bowl on the 38th day of the year, hosted by the team that known for the gold rush, and the team from the 38th state, Colorado. Colorado equals 38 plus the 38th state won. Peyton Manning rode off into the sunset after winning the rigged Super Bowl by the numbers. So anyway, called a lot of championships correctly. Since I've been doing this, called a lot of games correctly. And when I say a lot, I mean more than anybody else who's ever lived on the face of the earth. So just got to remind all of you punks out there that hate, you know, you don't have any reason to hate. You got nothing to show for yourself. I got nothing but evidence all day. I got books written. I got 20,000 blog posts, literally. I got about 5,000 videos I made in the last 5 years. Here's another one. Another undeniable proof. It's always the same code. I'm just so consistent too. I show you, here are the base ciphers. Measure from the birthdays. Check out the relationships, the father, son, and sports. Yada, yada, yada. Same thing every single week. Who could deny it? You know, who could deny it? I'm sure since I'm doing a sports video right now, there's some paid-for trolls in the comments talking big, slandering the truth. I notice in recent days, there's a lot of people saying, you never called the Dodgers in the World Series in spring training. It's like, yeah, I did. I said that they hadn't won since 88. The season was starting on the 88th day of the year for a reason. I don't know why I can't pull up a new window here. Should be able to pull up a new window. That's what I have to do to get to the chat. How do I do it without? Oh my goodness. There we go. Trying to get to the chat. Hold on here. What? This is not the right thing. There we go. There we go. I saw this for a second. I was like, that is not Dan Barron's face. He must be talking to somebody else. If you guys don't know, you should subscribe to Dan Barron's channel. Very good at decoding. He's been decoding the second longest to me. He learned from me. He's been decoding for over 4 years now. Needs more subs. So what a shame. What a shame. 37 likes? What is going on here? 37 likes? Seriously? 37 likes. I'm going to have to start doing everything exclusively on Patreon like I said I was. The Patreon shouldn't be down. I'm going to put this on the Patreon page. No, the Patreon's up. It's right here. Patreon's up right here. My Patreon channel's not down. I just went there. It's right here. Patreon's not down. Patreon's right here. Nothing should be down. Here, let me. Patreon's up and running, guys. I don't know why you're saying it's down. It's all right here. Everything's all good with the Patreon. USA Today equals 47 like news. And like how in that last paragraph, speaking of USA Today equal 47, let's go back to that article. How did they close it out in the last paragraph? Straight mockery. People who don't know, here, we can even just watch this here. I'll show you how they close it out on this last paragraph. Once you look at all the facts, everything falls into place. Although I do have one beef with Hubbard. Well, one beef other than the fact that he believes that Sandy Hook shooting was a hoax and about 47,000 other vile things he has to say on his 2003 style blog. I don't believe the Freemasons are behind all of it. See, 47,000. I think once you dig deep enough, you'll see it was the stonecutters all along. Here, I'm going to link this, what he linked to. Pay attention.
Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do. Who leaves Atlantis off the maps? Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. We do. Who holds back the electric car? Who makes Steve Gutenberg a star? We do. We do. Who escaped fish of their sight? Who rigged every Oscar night? We do. We do.
We do. You know what we do equals in Gematria? W's 23, E's 5, D's 4, O's 15. If you can add those four numbers together, you should get 47. And look at this guy's name, Ryan Phillips. What's Phillips equal? 47. USA Today, 47. News 47. Where's the 47 come from? Comes from the Freemason compass, set at 47 degrees. Tribute to Foundation, why the NFL had its first championship in its 47th season, or first Super Bowl in its 47th season. Why the NBA, or professional basketball, also had their first championship in 47. But yeah, surely Ryan Phillips was well aware of Gematria before he came across my work. We do. And you hear the lyrics? Who rigs every Oscar night? They rig a whole lot more than that. You notice the part about the alien, 47? Go back and look at Roswell. in the year 47 in the 47th state, New Mexico. That came after the first official UFO sighting at Mount Rainier. The entire history of aliens and alien sightings and UFOs is all 47. That's how it is, Zeke. I mean, just like if you're sane, if you're actually sane in this world, all the crazy people will call you crazy. And that, trust me, I've been called crazy a million times, and I've always known that I'm not crazy. I'm just like, man, these people are just too fucking retarded to see the obvious. They're so dumb and inept that they think I'm crazy. I mean, that's just the truth of this world. That's why I speak the way I do. You know, that's why I say the majority of these people need to be turned into fertilizer. They have no purpose. They're too dumb to even be breathing. They're a detriment to all of us with eyes to see. We don't need these dumb people. You know, these dumb people need to be, they need to be feeding the grass. They don't have another purpose. The Stonecutters, 59, just like Freemasonry's 59, exactly. Freemasonry, 59 in Hebrew and English. Yeah, Area 51, Conspiracy 51, plus what else? They say the moon landing was filmed there. Moon 51, you know. A whole lot of things are 51 there. Federal agenda, Federal 51. No, the reason, so like the reason that less people have wrenches over here is because I don't do live streams on this channel as much. So everyone who has a wrench over on my other channel, they don't have it over here just because I haven't made a mod yet. It's only like the second or third time I've done a live stream on this channel. Here, I'm giving more people mods though. So. Yeah, some people don't like when I rant because some of you just think like our job here is just to be good to everyone and be nice to everyone and just feel bad for all these inept people. I don't. Sorry, not after 20 some years of being called a wackadoodle and a conspiracy theorist and a crazy person and off my meds. It's just like, nah, these people are a fucking joke. They can't see through anything. They can't see that they're being lied to every day. And then I call out the obvious and then I'm the enemy. It's just like, nah, fuck these people. So I know what's what. I know what's what. These people got something coming. You're a moderator, Marty. Look at you with your wrench. All right, you guys, I do got to get off. I wasn't planning on doing any more videos tonight. But all right, Zeke. Zeke says he wants a wrench. I almost gave you one before you asked, but now I'm going to make you earn it, Zeke. I'm not going to give you your wrench tonight, but I'm going to watch you in future weeks. And if you keep doing a good job, I'm going to give you a wrench. All the people I gave a wrench to have been around for a while. Yeah, Jimmy G took a knee, right? His knee went out on the same day that was Jimmy G's knee went out on the 239th day of the year. The flag was sewn at 239 Arch Street. People are taking flags for the knee. Or, oh my God, I can't speak. People are taking knees during the flag, the national anthem. It was all part of the ritual, just like how it started with the 49er Kaepernick. Yeah, you're all welcome. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Appreciate all of you who picked up the book today. Look for LeBron to start 3 and 5. Again, King James is 35. He started 2 and 4. Look, I'll tell you this about LeBron starting 2 and 4 real quick. So he's King James, right? King James equals 89. That's the 24th prime. Okay. So the Lakers start 2 and 4, right? The other thing about 89 in Los Angeles is this: Los Angeles, California is 89. So King James starts 2-4. 89 is the 29th prime, or the 24th prime. And Los Angeles Dodgers even have this 89 Gematria. So he starts bad while the Dodgers are struggling. Remember, LeBron James equals 114. He went to LA July 1st, exactly 114 days before the start of the 114th World Series. So his struggles are intertwined with it's like, look, everything in LA is struggling in sports except for the Rams right now, right? It's like the Rams are getting all the sports energy. So look for LeBron to start 3-5. The Lakers won 35 games last year. The big number with King James is 35. It's the one that they use the most in his rituals. And I suspect that after he becomes 3-5, then he'll become 4-5. King James, the real King James, had the Holy Bible made in his name at the age of 45. But you know what? Don't quote me on him going 4-5. There's also a reason he could go 3-6, just like he is in finals, because 666 is the 36th triangular number, the big biblical number. So, but watch, the Lakers will start off 3-5, and then we'll pay attention. It'll be all scripted. I won't be surprised if LeBron wins exactly 42 games this year, or 41. He could win 41 with LA. 41-41. LA's 41. Kings 41. Especially this whole Tyronn Lue thing. All of you who want wrenches will get wrenches. You don't even need to ask. I'll just watch and see who's putting the good comments in the chat. The Lakers are 2-5 right now. So who do they play next? All right, let's look. Lakers schedule. Let's see who they're going to become 3-5 against. Is this their next game? Halloween? You know the Kings winning on Halloween. Look at this. Halloween 41, right? King 41. So King James 35 is going to be 3-5 on Halloween. Yeah, he's not going to lose to and here's the other thing about beating Dallas. Dallas equals 13, right? LA equals 13. The real King James became a king at 13 months of age. So LeBron's next game is Lock City. LeBron's next game is a W. Yeah, that's what we talked about today and on the Patreon, the Monday Night Football pick. Brady was going to pick up his 29th career win. Derek Anderson was going to pick up his 29th career loss. So 29 completions. Is the game over already? I've been going that long? I thought it was like the third quarter when I started. So look at that. Oh, boy. 25-6. Brady. Well, you know what? That's what I mean. Every single game is just scripted from the final score to the box score. And what's the margin of victory again, you guys? We just talked about this on Thursday night for Week 8 too, right? 19's the 8th prime. First game of Week 8, a distance of 19. Final game of Week 8, a distance of 19. 19 the 8th prime. So, oh my God, Tom Brady was 29-45. I love it. Not only did he have 29 completions on the 29th, picking up his 29th win against Buffalo, and Derek Anderson getting his 29th career loss. Look at Derek Anderson. 39. It just never ends, man. But anyway, the reason he had 45 attempts is because Buffalo Bills is 45, right? New England's also 45. You see that? And then, of course, Anderson for New York with 39. Buffalo's in New York. New York 39. We get it with 3-9 at halftime. It's 39 date numerology. It's just too bad people are so dumb to continue to dismiss all of this work. It's too bad people are this dumb in this world. What I've done for the last 5 years should not be denied by anyone. I mean, there's just too much evidence. You know, if I stay on here for another hour, I'm going to have 10 more evidence points to back up everything I'm talking about as the other games conclude tonight in the NBA. So, Cal says he's doing his own decoding now. He's won 7, lost 3. That means he's winning 70% of his games, and he just got started, which means he's just going to get better. So, Brady equals 31. I don't remember the name Brady equaling 31. Maybe it does. It sure does. I never noticed that before, but that's a good football number too, because 31's the 11th prime number. Football is a game of 11 on 11. With regards to the 85 in Brady's name, National Football League is 85. Brady's got the numbers. All right, you guys, we went into the overtime. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to tell everybody to pick up the book. Don't forget to tell yourself to pick up the book. Got to pick up that book, Truth Seekers. Got to get those copies sold. You want to read something, come read the reviews from my book. You know, come read the reviews. Anyway, we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Until next time, I'll be back tomorrow. Gematria School Tuesday night. Sign up for that Patreon. Tomorrow's the cheap night to get into Gematria School. Just cost $1 to get in tomorrow night. Somebody said they picked up 5 books already. That's somebody who's been around a long time who wrote that. I haven't seen you comment in a while, friend. 5 books? Man, that's generous. All right, Truth Seekers. Have a good evening.